Hi folks, I'm so happy to be back with another video and talk to you about UX design. Today I will analyze two case studies from the perspectives of an intern and a senior UX designer. But I want to make a clear note right from scratch. This is not an act of criticism, but just my pure observations. So if you want to land your dream job and start your UX design journey, creating compelling case studies is crucial in these days because it helps recruiters like UX managers, senior UX designers have a clear understanding of your thought process. So make sure you watch this video, have a coffee, relax, and let's waste no time and let's dive in. Cheers! Let's head to cofolios.com and you have to bookmark this website because it will help you a lot when creating powerful portfolios full of compelling case studies. So it will offer you tons of inspiration. So as you can see here, all these people are interns employed by top tech companies, and you can narrow it down by clicking on each company. And the most important page, I think, is the case study page. And as I was browsing through each case study, one of it captured my attention for sure. And it's called Shortcuts in Instagram, made by Kelly Hugh. And let's see the case study. Okay, so what we have here, we have a hero section that is very strong, is very clean and creative at the same time. And the title of the product is Shortcuts in Instagram DMs and enabling more organic usage. This short sentence describes well exactly what the project is all about. So I think if I were in Kelly's shoes, I would increase the font size of this sentence because this is very important. So a little bit of a more font size would help a lot. And these 5 sections here that gives us a brief overview of what was her role, the timeline, the team, skills, and the tools. Displaying them in one line is very helpful and it gives us a clear indication and it's giving us a clear overview. So this is very, very useful. Nice, simple, concise, and easy. Well done, Kelly. I think this is very important. Okay, so the project overview next is quite useful, but it's a lot of text here, and I would increase a bit the font size and structure a bit this paragraph here because users scan the page and you have to read a lot. So she's proposing to build a command system in order to trigger some certain actions in order to increase the speed of using the messaging because messaging in Instagram is top primary action, I believe, but some of the features are infrequently used in chats. So this cool animation here is the final solution, and bringing that solution up front is quite powerful, creative. You see how she displayed typed at, and some users were triggered by typing. This is very useful. The forward slash triggers some certain commands, and I think this is the final solution. So powerful, so creative, and so useful. Well done, Kelly. Moving down to the motivation, she's offering us a bit of a context, what triggers users to certain actions and what they are needing this. So communication is a top priority, and many chats consist of sharing content, but she signals some problems here. So she captured some messages by some users. So when I don't know what to say, I reply lol or send a reaction or hard back. So let conversations are hard to maintain and that there is a desire for more expressive features. What I don't get is how did she come up with this problem? Was there any user research conducted? So I think this is a bit vague. I think she could provided some insights, users interviews, contextual interviews, because you have to be very specific on how you got to this problem. So she is displaying the problem but not telling all the leads that got to that problem. So this is very useful, especially if you want to land your dream job in front of the recruiters, UX managers, on senior UX designers. They want to know everything, exactly how you tackle the problem and what research you perform. So she asked, how might we help users bring more expression? Okay, I got it. So comments help make conversation more dynamic. So digging deeper, review messenger metrics. She provided some metrics that are very useful in Instagram. So 25,000 K daily active users, 2 million command sends, 1.19 million command senders. And on every icon here, she displayed the percentage of usage: 9% on microphone, 25 on sending pictures, accessing gallery pictures, 15% of stickers, 77% of this search bar, and this is not defined, okay, by capturing the camera. So let's see what this is all about. The goal is to enable more organic usage that let conversation that help start and keep the conversation flowing through forward comments. I understand. So she provided some research. Let's see what kind of research she studied for case studies to understand users' feelings. She provided some competitive audit of 5 different messaging apps. So, messaging pain point, expression lag, poor discovery, access friction, short lived usage. But I think this case study is just an example, or I don't know. This is a live that she is the one that proposed this feature in Instagram. So how did she end up with these pain points? We don't know. So I think providing a bit of a was there any field visits? Was there any surveys? Any contextual interviews? What else? So competitive analysis under each app. She provided what users can do in this all these apps and how they communicate. All these are some data findings. These are not real insights, but yes, of course, if you want to build the market and understand the market, this is very can be useful. Okay, so when performing some competitive audit, look on Discord by typing / this kind of actions are triggered on Slack, on Messenger, Flock, and Skype. Okay, so unlike its competitors, Instagram is uniquely positioned to build out a differentiated content-driven messaging experience. Okay, so once she providing a bit of a context, let's identify and synthesize those findings. Okay, so these are the product principles that she wants to focus on: ease of access, muscle memory, fluidity, product use case, shortcuts, control style. By typing / and GIFs are triggered, and so on, sticker, theme, location. By typing at everyone, you can trigger all the people, all the followers that you have. Okay, so this is how you use the product. Ideation part: how should we guide our ideation? How do I discover and find commands? Awareness, access. Okay, so UI ideation is what I like the most. I think this is very, very useful, and you should get inspired from Kelly on this part. Okay, so this part, the first part that she's proposing is this floating with no tabs menu here. So here, okay, she used a glass morphism effect, I believe, with the shadow with margins here that looks very nice and easy, clean. Here she's using some tabs by using at that triggers users and forward slash that triggers those commands. And here she's using sheets with no tabs, and here she's using sheets with tabs. Okay, so on size, the first one with no tabs is the best. On the elevation is the best. Discoverability, not so well. Option 2, she's offering notes. She doesn't involve users in this process. So when you build up a prototype, a beta version up front, you have to involve users in the process and test, especially with your team, to see the feedback. She's offering all this useful info, but she's not telling us that this is used and tested by real users or potential users. Okay, number 2, moving on, when she types give here, look what it will look like. Okay, so different variations, input of confidence. These are the metrics that she focused on. Okay, discovering commands, how the users are discover these commands. So again, using these metrics. Okay, the execution part, here's how the command system works. Very useful. The ideation, how this looks on dark mode. Okay, how it looks when everyone at everyone. Okay, so this is the first case. Second one, using this blue in order to highlight. Okay, very useful. Deleting, so she is very specific with these commands, what she learned from this. Attribution, the ideation part is very creative. So tappable attribution, okay, admin, providing empty states, delivering feedback. Now trying sending a gift to this chat with this command. So this is very useful and very usable at the same time. Changing composer, placeholder text, future commands, ideas, and that's it. So yes, this is quite useful. Kelly has a lot of potential, and if she continue to put in the hard work, she will get very far. She's very talented. So kudos for that. So now moving on to the senior UX design case study. This is Nina Israelsen, and Nina is a senior product designer. So as I was browsing through her work, she's definitely one of my best source of inspiration. So today we will analyze her app that she worked in, I think 2017, a reminder app for children and their parents. So let's see the presentation here, but I think this is the newer one in 2020. So the app is called Bear in Mind. So she's providing us a PDF. You may say, well, just a PDF, but look, she already involves human factor that is very important in UX design. So bear in mind, easy, fun, effective reminder app. So you see the font size is a bit larger and it's very clear, very simple, and she's offering us a positive impact by involving this young girl here. Very easy. Already we have a context here. So bear in mind is an easy to use reminder app and to-do list for children. Okay, so the app is designed to be quick, fun, and effective that boosts children's self-confidence to help them avoiding tricky situations when they forgot about important opportunities and commitments. Okay, so if you click here on this YouTube video, you will see more details. So this is the design thinking process. So she's offering up front an overview of the entire design and each stages that she will go through. Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So she's starting off with the first stage, that is the empathize phase. And under this stage, she will offer us what she's gonna do: research, interviews, insights, listen, and observe. Okay, so she's beginning with the competitor analysis, but in conclusion, she couldn't found any app that was similar in the industry. So what she focused on are ease of use, speed to complete a task, intuitive design, simple functionality, look and feel, and price. So research is the most important part, I believe. And she's saying us that she conducted contextual interviews. She designed with focusing on the user-centered design approach, and she observed that children in their home activities and after school experience challenges because they forgot certain and important tasks. So she listened to the children and their parents. This is what they say and do. So she observed the children and their parents, and this is what she collected. Some of the users said, I forgot to do my homework. Okay, some parents, I worry about my kids when I'm working. Will they remember to bring their lunch? This child, I cannot remember mom's number. I forget to measure my blood sugar. Okay, so this is very creative, very insightful, and very, very useful. Okay, so now moving on to the define phase where she created personas, point of views, constraints, and affinity maps. So she is making sense of the research. After interviewing, okay, she created personas, affinity map. So in the first, so we already see that Nina is focusing more on the research part, on the understanding the users, observing them without interfering. Okay, so she created two personas about persona parent and persona child. Is very, very detailed. Look, frustrations, biography, goal, to find a tool that help him remember his things, to find an app that could make her more relaxed at all times. So this is very, very useful. So this is a user scenario. When arriving at home, he needs to feed the dog, measure his blood sugar before dinner, and finish his homework before bedtime. Constraints, limited budget from the client, minimum viable product, small workforce, privacy policy. This is the point of view. Do you find yourself reminded your children to bring their asthma inhaler, books, and homework? The goal is to create an app. Okay, so defining the problem. She defined the problem and makes sense of the user's research. Now moving on to the ideate phase. So look, this is on affinity and mind mapping, and she defined here, she laid out all these important functions, actions, UI designs. This is very, very useful because the constraints was added later. Okay, so she's building up a feature prioritization list. Okay, and this is some flow chart of how the user's flow will look like. So again, oh, she's involving the team, I think, and this is very useful. Sketch to think, some sketches. Okay, and moving down to the prototype phase where she performs some wireframe prototype. So she's starting from these flowcharts, sketches, low fidelity, and moving on to some low fidelity but more detailed. Look, this is very useful, and she doesn't get any source of inspiration in the market because there was no competitors out there. So she curated some wireframes, moving on to the details and how the first prototype looked. So these are all the days activate one day, and you see here some predefined actions, here some predefined categories, and you can build your own. Some boost confidence messaging here, messages that are very useful. Okay, so she performed card sorting. Okay, the goal was to create a list of tasks that users find most important to them. Okay, so as you can see, she involved users, sent list of tasks to 8 users. The test resulted in a task list of 42 tasks. We made it possible for the users to drag and change the order of the task according to their priority. Okay, the last phase is the test phase. Refine prototypes, refine solutions, iterate. Okay, so this was an iterative process until I was satisfied with the outcome. The app was then tested by some users before releasing the app. Again, involving the users, human factor, very, very extremely important, crucial, in my opinion. The design and functionality was tested numerous times, and I created many reports for the app developers, and graphic design is about errors in the implementation. Okay, so this is the product specification. Okay, usability testing. Some users were asked to test the beta. I observed what the users did and how they did it, noted down the issues and positive experiences, asked the users to tick all tasks to see how they reacted to the confidence boosters, which I hadn't told them about before the test. So the result, some minor issues were corrected and a few wishes from the users could not be met due to the lack of funds. Okay, the design solution. This is the design solution in different languages. So you see she's covering a lot. This is it. So feedback contacts, create contact and easily calls. Confidence boosters was a success. Okay, deliverable, Android and iOS native app in 9 languages, branding, marketing material, links, and these were her responsibilities, and this is, in my opinion, a very compelling case studies that is one of my best sources of inspiration. So I noted down here what I like on each one. On shortcuts in Instagram, made by Kelly Hugh, the top 5 horizontal facts here, sections that provide us a clear indication on what was the project all about. The upfront visual animation here, this is quite creative and useful at the same time. The level of detail is provided. There is very high UI ideation, the evaluation of each option here. I think I will apply something like this in my future case studies because this is quite useful. And cons, she's not offering us a clear indication on how she identified the problem. No user research performed, or it was performed. She could offering us a bit more info here. What's the study all about and how it can solve users' needs, not providing a clear overview of the entire process like Nina did here. So the design thinking process. Okay, a lot of body text and too small and quite hard to read, you see. It's too much in my opinion. So this could be better structured because the page is too long. Okay, what I like on Bear in Mind app by Nina. Okay, the human factor involved, information very well structured, involve users to test out every design decision, cart sorting, confidence boosters, straight to the point, involve the development team. So she counted in and she was very aware of the team because you can do all you want, but if the developers don't have the tech support and they're using certain software, well, the constraints are here. So the cons, the UI design is a bit outdated because I think the app was made in 2017 and it's of course obvious. The design trends are changing with the times and we should keep up with them, but this is just an app that was made a few years ago. So not showing the minor issues that were corrected in the testing phase here, but of course this is enough. So this was my analysis on these 2 case studies, very useful. So the main and major difference between an intern and a senior UX designer is the level of research and the level of collaboration, and how Nina, she brought this detailed and these useful insights inside the case study, and this is the major difference. Kelly just laid out all this useful info, but she's not offering us the key aspect of how she got to all these principles, this problem, and to this. She's not involving users as the way it should. But of course, this is very useful. Or if she used users in the testing phase, in the empathize phase, well, show us, display all this information and make it and highlight it, because this is by far, it's all about user-centered design. So whether we like it or not, we're still designing for people. And thank you guys for your attention. I'll see you in the next one. Please make sure you like it, you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.